Welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to talk about the logout API. So, before going to logout API, first we have to understand how the login work. We know that. Just I want to show something. So, I will go in the Postman, and this is my login API. If I kept on clicking, it will use to generate the new token every time, right? So, suppose I am considering this is the token. I went and I use this token in my check API, which is getting validated by this token, right? So if I write there, so this will validate it and it will allow me to do that. Now if I have to invalidate this token, so I know this token is going to come and I will invalidate this token. But if I have generated here 3 copies of the tokens. If I copied the first token and I pass it here, it will work. Means for the same user, I am having number of tokens, and in logout API, I am going to validate only one token that is available in my header. So this is the problem, right? So what I'm going to do first. So first I have to create one. I have to first write one logic to invalidate the token. Here invalidating the token means I am going to make the token immediately expired, right? So once this token is expired and if someone is going to use that token, it will not work, right? Second point, I have to make the security context clear. If you remember in the login API, in the login flow, I am just setting the authentication object in the security context. So I have to clear that in every logout. Now my problem is that in this, okay, I am going to invalidate the token. So somehow I have to keep all the tokens that is generated by that particular user. Then only I can write my logic to invalidate all the token, right? So for that, somewhere I have to persist my tokens. I mean, there is no other way to keep the tokens alive. Either I can use the Redis caching layer also, but since we are not touching the Redis, so I am going to keep that in one table. Alright. So when you create one table, and in that table you are going to keep that token. So in every login, when I am doing the first time login, I will create one token. I will save that token in that particular table. When I am generating the second time token, so first before saving this token in the DB, I have to make the older token invalidate. Remember that point. So at any point of time for one user, there will be only one token which will be active. I mean, there is a lot of entry for that user, but if you validate the token, every token will come expired except the last one, right? You can say the latest one. All right. So, and the latest one is left. So when someone is calling logout API, so I know that there is only one token which is not invalidated, which is active. I have to just mark that token as a invalid, and that token I am getting in the header. If someone try to pass the older token in my header, of course it will be going to authenticate in the JWT filter itself, right? If you remember the logic of the hitting an API, accessing an API, I am validating the token. If token is already expired, it's not going to do anything. But if I'm talking about the latest token, so that is not expired and that will work. So whenever any logout API is getting called, I have to write my own logic to invalidate the one token that is not invalid, that is valid itself. Okay. So first I have to create one entity class, and that entity class is nothing but token, and that will be saved in one table, right? Token table. So let me show you. I have done the coding, so I'm just showing. I don't want to waste my time in that, so I just want to going through. So you just, if you have any query or anything you're not getting, just write in the comment section or in the question answer. So I'll go in my one token class I've created. So in this, simply I am creating one token class. I'm giving the table name token and marking is a entity. So this will be created automatically, and this is the constructor I am passing and the builder. This is ID is auto generated. I'm saving one string token, and this parameter is going to work for me in validating the token. So this is expired and revoke boolean value. Apart from that, I am keeping the user ID in my table. Just to find out, if I am asking give me all token of that user ID, so that I can get the list of tokens, and then I'll try to going in the loop and check which token is expired, and I will make that expire. Make sure that every token should be expired except the last one. Okay, this is my table. Now based on the token, I am going to create one repository called class also. So it's not doing this. Simply I am having one method, that is find by token. If I am giving token, I should give the token object. Or one more, when I am passing the user ID and expire as false and revoke as false, means all the active tokens. So this will give me the active tokens. Okay, so these two classes I have written. This is only main change that you have to do. Now I'm coming to the login flow first, because in the login I have to save the token now. So I'll go in the auth controller, I'll go in the login flow. In the login flow, everything is perfect. Just here I have make my changes. What I'm doing here, I am finding out the token available for this particular user ID which is not expired. So I will get the list of token, because every time what will happen, I will get a list of tokens. So if token is there, then for each token I am setting expired and revoked. So what I am doing till now, all the previous active token I am marking as expired, and I am just updating the table. This part is done, right? Now I am at the simple process. I am generating a new token and creating this token and saving in the token repository and returning the GW token response. This is the older flow that we have written already, right? So this is my login flow. So what will happen now? So I have done my 2 steps. I'll show you. I have make sure that I have created the token entity and token repository. Whenever user going to log in multiple times, make all previous token expired, and point of time only one token should be active. Okay, so let me show this to you. I will just restart my system again, this application. This is started now, and I am putting my validation one debugger point in the line number 73, right? Just to check whether it's going in that or not. So in the very first flow it will not go, because this table will be empty. Okay, so let me show you the table. So there is nothing in this table. All right, and I'll simply go and hit one login button. It is coming because token is not there though, but it will not do anything because token is null. It's doing nothing, right? So I should do one thing. I should use objects dot is null. That will be sufficient for me, and I'll remove this. All right. So if it is not null, then I'll do. Let me restart now. Before that, let me debug point removed and restart in the debug mode again. Just because I have changed the code, so let's do that. It will be started again. All right. Now let me see if any data is there in the table. Yes, so I'll remove that. It is removed. Okay, now there is no record. Okay, let me run now. I'm logging. Okay, this is in the last is setting. Let me check. One cause entered, and now I'll open my debug point here. Let's see. I'm generating again the token. It's coming now because this token is having one value. Look, the older one. So what I'm going to mark, I'm going to make sure it should be expired. It is not expired. Now it is expired. Let me come out. Now one more, if I see the table, this record is already now expired. If you see the revoked value, it will be 1 and new record will be entered. Look, revoked is 1 means this is expired. These two values are booleans are making sure that this token is not of no use. And a new token is generated that is active. This expired is 0 and revoked is 0. Okay, so two tokens have generated. Let me use this token for the time being. And I am going to use this in the our secured API, and this will allow me, yes, I can hit any time. But if I copy this token, this shouldn't be allowed. (401) because it is marked as invalid. So hope I am making point. So let me undo. Yeah, this should work. No, this token is also, I think, it's the older one, new one. Let me generate one more token. It's going in that, and it will make sure every token is getting expired. I'll copy this, go in this, and bearer, I will simply paste this now. So it's a gaming world. Now what I'm expecting as per my PPT, whenever logout API is called, we have to write to make the last actualization expired and remove the token security context. Okay, so for this now I have to go in the security context, security config. Let me open that. Okay, so in the security in the security config, I have added this one. It's a very standard way to make sure how to log out. So you have to give your path. It's security config, say give me the path and give me the handler. So when you call this endpoint, I will execute this handler. Alright, so this is one class actually. If you see here, I have written one logout handler. Let me now show you the class. This is the actual logic in this class only. Let me open that, and I'll open the implementation. This is a default one, custom logout. Okay, this one. So what I'm doing in this, there is one method logout. I'm simply overriding that. So what I'm doing, I'm just taking the bearer token from that, and I'm just subtracting whatever JWT token that I'm getting in the header. I'm trying to find out whether this token is in the table or not. Of course it will be, and it will be in active mode, so I'll get only one value. Okay, because this token is unique every time. So when I get this value, I'll make sure that it should make expired and saved it again. So this token is now updated as expired and revoked. So what will happen when I call out the logout API, it will make sure that the last active token that I'm passing in the header, it will be expired and revoked. Right? This is simple logic that I have written, and once this is done, it will not work in the next calling API. So let me go in that. I'm going to pass this token. Just simply let me copy this, and I will pass in this. Now let me log out. 200 I'm getting response. It means that it is logout. Let me go in the table. So this data, in the last data, there will be one more API actually. One more token will be there because I have hit that. So there will be total 4 row, and last one of the row, now every row will be expired actually. Look, this is the user ID and this is the last revoked. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, so this token is now, I have to pass this the last token. Okay, I have to copy this. This is my last login token, right? And I'll pass this in this because I'm passing. Let me try again. Is there any mistake? 200, yeah. Okay. Revoked is 0, is ready 0. Now let me try So it means when I'm calling the logout API, let me go in the logic, let me show you what is there. I am finding my token set expired and saving that. So what I'll do, let me put one debugger point and I will hit the API again. So it's working. Let me now go to the login now. Sorry, this check API. Let me see what is happening. Yeah, this is 401. So this is how it is working, because what I'm doing, I'm just changing this values. This token I'm marking expired. Okay, I'm just setting the expired and this is working. So this is how it is one of the way actually to make sure that how the logout work. But in many system, when you are using the Redis cache, what you do, you keep the you keep the token over there, and this token is having expiry time, and even the Redis is having the expiry time. So whatever you want, after a certain period of time, that token will be deleted from the Redis token automatically. So when the same user trying to log in, so first it will be checked whether for this particular user ID, your token is available on the Redis or not. If it is not there, it means that it will redirect you to log in again to generate the token. Otherwise, it will allow you to log in. If token is there, it means you are active and you can do whatever you want to do based on your role. So this is one of the implementation that I have shown you. Hope this will make the things clear. So just go through that once more, and I'm sure that you are going to get this the crust and everything about this, and this will help you while implementing the bigger one. Okay. Until then, bye.